Economic growth accelerated in the first quarter of this year. 3.2% was the annualized rate of growth, and that is up from a 2.2% number in the fourth quarter and well above what economists had been expecting. The results overcoming headwinds, including, of course, trade tensions, slower global growth. We had the partial government shutdown as well, and a slowdown there. Stay tuned for our interview with Larry Kudlow that will occur later this hour. Your first reaction to the number?
Look, I see the number, and I was trying to put together the cadence of the quarter. I mean, a lot of people like to think about what's the linearity of it. January hurt by a government shutdown. February hurt by weather. March, dramatic bounce back, coupled with the idea that a lot of companies had pulled through to be able to bring in a lot of goods ahead of the tariffs. Now, but I don't want to emphasize the tariffs too much because I think that what really happened, Dave, is when you have this kind of hiring, it's eventually going to ripple down, and there's just a lot of good in the economy. Not enough bad necessarily, because if it were bad, then you would see inflation rally, and we didn't see. I think there is core inflation that people are missing, but then again, you get a company like Amazon that lays off a lot of people and puts an unbelievable profit.
Yeah. Now, you've mentioned the idea of inventory build for quite some time.
Yes,
you mentioned it for the fourth quarter. You were talking about it again. Did that take place in the first quarter? Can that be expected to continue to repeat
No, it
itself?
can't, because I think March was an interesting drawdown. Because
drawdown in inventories that were built up in the earlier part of the year.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is how quickly, maybe it's the supply chain, how great it is in this country. You know, we thought we were going to have a recession because we had an inverted yield curve. As the quarter came on, we realized that we're not going to have a recession. But February wasn't that good because of weather. March, really big bounce back. And it leveled off into being 3 instead of 2. And I think that the great mystery here, David, is where were the other months? Where were the other quarters that this was 3? I mean, you would have thought that the others would have been even stronger. So I don't like to look through really good numbers in the same way I don't like to look through really bad numbers. This was a good number for the U.S.
What's your friend Jay Powell thinking this morning?
I think Jay Powell says, I did my job. And we've got growth with very little inflation, and maybe that my fourth quarter wasn't done. My October explanation about what I was going to do wasn't done right. If I had said one and done, I would be looking much smarter, and that's how I feel like he should have said one and done in October, or one and see how it went instead of 1 and 3. So it was really the beginning of October hangover.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
All right, well, we'll see how the market reacts. Not much of a reaction in the equity market at this point.
No, when you buy the interest rates went down.
Yeah.
So, like, the market must be smarter than we think.
Moving on, baby. Just moving on.
Yeah. And, you know, people are going to say rearview mirror. Look, let's give Larry his due. He was saying that things were going to be very positive. But we also then have to say, well, if it's so positive, then why wasn't it right for the Fed to raise? I mean, now I happen to think that, that it was the positioning of the way the Fed handled it.